Yo. What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Pop, pop. You already know what the fuck it is, man. And this is Reaper Gang Radio Volume 9, man. So let's get into this shit, man. This the crybaby episode, man, because niggas is doing a lot of crying. Motherfuckers don't want to own up to their position, man. And for real, man, we got to unpack a lot, man, because there was a lot of things that were said in this interview, man, and right, wrong, and indifferent, man. At the end of the day, man, it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. So, I mean, I guess we're going to have to jump on this merry-go-round once again, man. And I'm exactly tell y'all my thoughts about it. Y'all can tell me your thoughts about it, and we could just move from there. Now, you know, man, this nigga said a lot, man. He said a fucking lot. Boy, this nigga said a lot. Mr. T, salute. John Poetic Boxer, salute. Spartan, salute. Doomslayer, salute. Smoke, salute. Bruce Ford, salute. Yeah, man, it's definitely skitty time, man. So we got to put this dude in the trick bag. Yo, I just listened to all of this shit this dude basically said on 78 Sports, and basically this motherfucker just was on some whole why me? Why me? Like, you sat around for a whole entire year, you didn't say shit, and then when you said some shit, you just said some wild, outlandish shit. None of this shit even makes sense. You don't have no fucking grounds of proof on anything that you were saying, pretty much. And then you expect that this man, after you just threw this man name through the mud, try to, you know what I'm saying, completely just, you know, disregard this man, throw him to the side, had this man on what I've heard allegedly outside of the fucking locker room, crying his eyes out while you left him on the outside. Now, you know, out of all the shit that he said, you know, it's a bunch of bouncing around that, you know, I'm gonna have to do. Now, but the first thing I got out of it was he couldn't believe that this is the stance that Mark Breland wants to take, nor could he believe the fact that he would even come out and say this stuff. And then he's acting like he's speaking for JD's, and the fact that Mark Breland identifies with the fact, no, he takes his time to identify with the fact that he never had the water bottle. JD's had the water bottle. JD's had the water bottle. JD's had the towel. JD was the one in the corner of the ring. So pretty much Mark Breland was sitting on the outside like he wasn't even the fucking head trainer. So you got a problem with the fact that he pointing out the fact that he didn't have the water bottle in his hand. So now you acting like you come into JD's defense and you speaking for JD's in a sense where it's like he was kind of trying to say that JD's can't believe that Mark Breland is saying this stuff. Then he even went on to say that none of this shit is confirmed. So what is it, bro? Was your water spiked? Was there a dent in the side of your skull? What is it? Did Mark Breland do it? Now you saying he didn't do it. He don't know which way he want to turn. 78 trying to throw up the fact. Now I just watched this whole interview. The interview was about the Kenahans. It has nothing to do with Tyson Fury, no allegations of cheating, no spiked water bottles or anything. It just has to do with the element of the underbelly and the mafia. Well, I mean, shit, we got a Tony Ducks over here. We got a Lucky Luciano over here. I could talk about the Philadelphia Black Mafia. There are several elements of the mob that are always behind the sport that, I mean, come on, man. So none of that shit even had any grounds for anything that has to do with this whole Glovegate conspiracy, because that's what it is. It's a fucking conspiracy, and it's a very fucking blue-collar conspiracy at that, by a bunch of niggas supporting they Kang, because they on some Kang shit. This dude really believes that he was some messiah, come back from the game, resurrected from the dirt, from just getting his ass whooped, and to call another individual a cheater because you got the only thing to give you validity in life, which was that puke green piece of shit belt that has been having new weight classes thrown on top of it, franchise belts thrown on top of it, smiting motherfucking mandatories and all types of shit. It was the only thing that gave this man validity. And it's so bad that out of everyone that you're trying to point the fingers at, Mark Breland, most of all, talking about he was shifty, talking about the first fight, he left the ring, he left early before everybody, and the second fight, he was acting all weird and talking about your man, Chris, said there was something wrong with his energy leading up to the first fight, saying he was shaky in the second fight, and you got to check his energy? You want to know why he left the first fight? because there was nothing for him to talking about. And if you were anybody to coach this dude, and from what Mark Breland said, you never even listened to him in the first fight. You were gifted a draw in that fight. What the fuck? Do you think any coach wants to sit back and answer all of the questions about some shit when he know you took a loss? Maybe he was trying to avoid all of the embarrassment that he knew that you were about to take because you was exposed, you got the skirt lifted up on you, and you got your ass spanked. It don't have nothing to do with any type of shaky behavior. And then, oh my God, they trying to take the fact that he did his interview with, of all people, Tunde Ajayi. But hey, man, shout out to them for getting the interview, regardless of whether I wanted to be with somebody else. It don't matter. Whether it's a UK outfit, American outfit, I don't give a fuck. I don't care where they shot the shit. You could have shot the shit in a third world country for all I care. If it's that man truth, it's that man truth. And when you talking a bunch of bullshit, it just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Now, this is what I won't do. I'm not going to get in a bunch of merry-go-rounds with a bunch of motherfucking simps who honestly believe that this man has a valid claim on any of the stuff that he was saying. And we already know that this man is going into arbitration for money. It has nothing to do with this man wanting a rematch. But first he came out and said that he wanted a rematch and Tyson Fury was ducking, and he ducked it, admitting to ducking Anthony Joshua and all types of shit. So if he don't know where he needs to land, how these fuckboy fans gonna know where they need to land? And for real, for any sensible person that's involved with this shit, your best thing to do, dog, is gracefully bow out, like myself. Oh yeah, I could dog him. I could make all types of video chopping him up. I might give y'all one. But I'm not just gonna keep going into a merry-go-round with a bunch of people who believe the bullshit that this man is saying out his mouth because you know it's all false. I can't believe it. I can't believe the stuff Mark is saying about me. I can't believe the shit he's saying. How fucking dare you? And I can't believe anybody with 2 fucking brain cells has the nerve to entertain this shit. I don't even care if it was 7 minutes or 17 minutes or 7 seconds. I would have had to cut this man off and be like, yo, you know what, dog? At the end of the day, bro, it come the time, you know what I'm saying, where the blind can see, bro. Motherfuckers got to get some LASIK, man. It comes a time where I can see through the bullshit, bro. And everybody else should be able to see through the bullshit too. Nothing that man said was false. And the fact that he reserved his opinion just shows how much respect that he had for you. And you looking for a sliver of respect out of this individual? In what way? After you done, boy, man, like, yo, he's a very special, he's a special character, man. And he's a special character that boxing has no place for. He is only here reserved for comedic value. That is it, because the whole time I listened to it, and I played it back about 17 times, I even made notes. I even made notes out of all the shit that he was saying, because in 17 minutes, there was that much to unpack. It's like, but all I could do was laugh the entire time, y'all, because I'm like, yo, I can't believe this shit. I can't believe it. That's why that nigga's got the thumbnail of Crybaby, because that's who he is. He is the boxing game Crybaby. And every time he open his mouth, it just sounds like a baby just crying in the middle of the night, bruh. He needs some milk. Shout out to He Needs Some Milk Promotions, man. You know, I'm about to put this link in here, and anybody is more than welcome to come up and say, whatever they want to say, what they took from it, how they feel about it, or whatever. Because I know it's a lot of other people that's probably like looking at this shit exactly the way I'm looking at it. Nah, like for real, 99.9% of people should be looking at this shit the way I'm looking at it. The only people that shouldn't be looking at it like that is his family, bro. Because you got to suffer from having the same blood or the same DNA to even fall for that type of bullshit. Because I'm serious when I say this. The apple can't fall too far from the tree. If your father was a motherfucking pastor, what the fuck did he do to you? This nigga he's never been G-checked for one of his failures in life. That is all. This is what this comes down to. And Mark Breland was 100% correct. You're looking at a dude who just don't know how to lose. He don't even know how to win right. Let alone he doesn't know how to lose. When he already knew that he was fighting a whole bunch of bum, a collective of about 30 plus of them, he couldn't even be humble in that. When you got to look around you at your peers in boxing and know that you're not even mixing it up with the guys that you know are a threat. You wasn't doing no type of road work with them dudes. Every time it came to you and every opponent they put in front of you, they clearly knew it was an easy button. And you accepted it. But the cocky behavior, it just shows that this individual has never in life been checked like, bruh, look, man, sometimes it's just better just to shut the fuck up. It's just better just to shut the fuck up. And this is just a sore loser, a nigga who really is in his second, third, and going to his fourth childhood / second and third trimester. It's a whole bunch of bitching, and there's a whole lot of estrogen going on around in here, man. We got to get this shit back right. I'm gonna throw this link in here. Wow, this is an embarrassment to boxing and all Americans. Man, he make us look bad, man. He make us look all the way bad. And the thing is, you gotta separate, you gotta separate yourself from him. That's why I kind of just separate myself from him. Cause like, yo, I get wild views off talking greasy about this dude. And this is the thing, right? It's not that I don't have the material, because I got the material. I could make all different types of material on so many different topics that have to do with the genetic makeup of this fucking clown, man. But I choose not to do it because, like, yo, yo, okay, yeah, it's funny. Okay, yeah, I'm dragging this man through the mud. Yeah, it's a fact. Okay, we know it's a fact. But if I keep talking about this dude and I keep like making videos about him, I'm just keeping this nigga alive and I'm keeping him relevant. I'm not trying to do that no more. Like, yo, real rap, shout out to my nigga Punch. But I was watching Punch Drunk the other night. Like, yo, it was about 10 niggas on there. My brain said, like, yo, my whole brain hurt because I watched these niggas go round and round in circles with this dude, World Combat Sports, about the allegations that have to do with Deontay Wilder. And at some point, I'm just like, yo, I'm looking at all of the sensible individuals. They barking on this dude. And the irrational one, he calm. I'm just like, yo, man, stop talking to this nigga. There's no changing him, man. I got to tell people time and time again, bro, you can't nail Jello to a wall, but niggas keep trying, man. You got to stop talking to these niggas. Doomslayer with the super chat, he says Wilder already had issues with Breland and was just using all these allegations as an excuse to fire him. And it's just weird for Wilder surprised that Mark would say something after all the slander. That's what I'm saying. That's what like threw me, and I was just like, bro, this dude is special. I can't believe this guy. He's really blaming this man for all of his shortcomings, and then he has the audacity to believe that this man is coming out and defending himself. My thing was, I can't believe that he didn't come out and defend himself a lot sooner. This man talking about, and then Wilder is endorsing the fact that this man is getting threats, like put on his page and all of that, and he is comfortable with people going and just like talking greasy on this man's page for some shit that he's clearly not guilty of, when you just said yourself that there's no proof on anything that you're talking about. Would you, yo, if somebody poisoned you and they fucked you all the way up before you got into a boxing match, why would you even try? Why would you talk about a rematch? I wouldn't want to fight him again. You gotta listen what dude is saying. Dude will kill himself. All you gotta do is listen to him. Let me throw this comment in here real quick. Read off some of these comments. All right. Says, shout out to Kiki Germany. He said, just watch Fred. And he said the MTK Global is a part of the reason why Wilder lost to Fury. Yo, I literally, Kiki, it's funny that you say that because I literally pushed the the live back by 10 minutes because I wanted to finish that documentary, because I wanted to see if there was any, like, I knew it wasn't going to be nothing legitimate about what he was saying, but I have to, just because I don't want no holes in my shit when I jump out there to say anybody to say that I'm tripping. But that shit had nothing to do with Tyson Fury. It had nothing to do with Tyson Fury. The fact that the way that they want to look at DK, you might as well look at him. I guess I could look at Al Heyman the same way, because Al Heyman got some shit. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. That shit was such a reach, dog. That shit was a real, like, Inspector Gadget, Stretch Armstrong, like old 90s toy, like Mr. Fantastic, kind of like Miss Marvel type of reach, bro. You see how I did that? I took about 2 or 3 comic book characters, a Nickelodeon cartoon character, and a toy, and threw all of that shit into one, because, like, that's how much of a reach that shit was. Best shit, salute. He said, what's worse is the LDBC clowns. Said, what's worse is the LDBC clowns. What grown man crying and dying behind that fool? Bruh, like, listen to him when he's talking about, how he was sent to lead his people, and how he just was talking about the laws of attraction, and I'm baffled. I'm baffled. Like, yo, I like, it takes the words right out of my mouth, because there's so much shit that I want to say at one time. My brain gets overloaded on things that I just want to say, because this shit is crazy. Boxing Jedi, salute, man. Talk to me, man. Help me make some sense out of this bullshit, man.
No doubt, my brother. Good morning to you. God bless
Good morning
you, everybody.
to you.
Everybody in the chat, what's going on, fellas, ladies, if there are any. Man, listen, brother. I just got to say this. Mark Breland just finished cleaning up the sport of boxing. Mark Breland just finished closing everybody who was talking like us right now, back then, when we said everything Mark Breland said, you should feel vindicated. You should say to yourself, you know what? I knew it. I knew this motherfucker wasn't built for the sport. I knew he couldn't fight. I knew this motherfucker makes excuses. And I knew he was going to fucking not even bring up the fact that he's the one being slaved. Now, if you really want to look at it through the racial spectrum, like these motherfuckers do over at the LGBT, right? If you want to take a look at it like this, all right, fine. So now you got a black man caping for a dirty white man who had all of the equipment and all of the gear that you say that Mark Breland had, mind you, because you pointed it out. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Two Hands? You pointed it out. He didn't have it. It wasn't Mark Breland. It was JD's. So you're covering now. Remember, I'm speaking through their logic. Nothing racist in my bone. I'm just saying. So you're covering up. So you're covering up for the white man, but you threw the black man under the bus that did nothing but help you, saved your life, help you train. So now when he speaks now, because obviously you said something wrong. So now he's telling everybody you don't train properly, you can't fight properly, you don't listen, and you just basically are difficult to work with. You know what I'm saying? So we were right. And I thank Mark Breland. Mark Breland, I got your back on this social media platform. If anybody try to air you out, I got you, bro. Thank you for telling the truth. We knew we were right, but you have vindicated us. You have made us to a point that we're like, yo, Two Hands, we right, bro. We was right all along.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, there's definitely a lot of vindication in the truth, man. And as always, man, the old cliche quote, the truth shall set you free. And it truly, and honestly, it's hindering Deontay Wilder to, I'm saying, some invisible shackles, but it's weighing down on him real heavy. Now, one of the major points that I wrote down, that was like one of the major points that this man said on this interview was, he said, this is a great time for all of this to come out, with all of this black and white stuff going on in the world. So what you saying is, due to all of this fucking this reverse racism going on in the world, and all of this bullshit that motherfuckers are trying to do with the BL, all of that bullshit, you're trying to use that as a stepping stone to propel this conspiracy theory that you're throwing out on the world, because that's all it is, a conspiracy theory. And it just shows you the genetic makeup of this individual. Like, yo, it just shows the psychosis, man. Like, you're telling me that you want to use this phony shit and try to take all of the racist shit, pack it into one and say, hey, man, this is more than I could be strategic with this.
Mm.
And I could use this and run with it. And let me push it all of these goofy ass media channels, because I know they're gonna run with it, because for them, it's nothing more than it's just replenishing for their channel. Whether they have Deontay Wilder, a sensible Deontay Wilder, or completely completely outlandish, just out of his mind Deontay Wilder that's just poisoning and polluting the airwaves with bullshit. And they just so comfortable. It's just like a hoe who just so stuck on one dude, and no matter how much he cheat on him or whatever, he cheat on her, she just willing to have him any way he can get him, no matter what diseases he bring back or anything. You willing to have those herpes too. And that's what these channels are telling me. Like, yo, it's like, bruh, bring it back. I'm willing to take on this simplex 1 and this simplex 2, because any way I can have you, babe. Like yo, it's sick.
Yeah, it is. It is. And what's getting me laughing is just, here you see a man who says he's in control, right? Here you see a man who says he's about being the king, he's about being, but then at the same time, here is a man you see who is breaking down, who is panicking mentally, who is broken mentally. And the reason why is a simple reason. He just don't know how to humble himself. He just don't know how to say, he just don't know how to say, yo, the best man won that night. What happened here is that they went for Fury because they thought Fury was finished. They thought Fury was off track. They thought Fury didn't have a program. And what happened? You were proven wrong. Well, my man, what does everybody else do? Even the nigga that beat you. He dusted himself off. He came back and whooped your ass. That's the only thing a man's supposed to do. Dust himself off and come back and take care of that responsibility. But we can't believe in fucking any type of testosterone coming from a nigga who twerk.
That's a fact. And at the end of the day, you point all of the fingers at Mark Breland, and here's another detail for these dummies. You point a finger at Mark Breland, but here's my thing. You got to blame your handlers. You got to blame your handlers for not doing good homework, because you looked at a guy, you thought he was overweight, you thought he was falling off of this so-called Max Kellerman cliff, as he calls it when he speaks on Tom Brady, all of this shit. And you go over there and you try to cherry pick Tyson Fury. But here's the thing that they should have realized in going through that process. Look, James Toney gained a whole lot of fucking weight, but James Toney was still James Toney.
Yep. Facts, bro. 100. 100.
So at the end of the day, bro, we were blind to the fact that, look, you were blind to your own falsified power. You believed that all of this power in the right hand was going to be able to neutralize what is the sweet science. You thought that you could reinvent what the sport really was. But here's my thing, man. 1 + 1 always equals 2, Jedi. Box chat, 1 + 1 always equals 2. So if you look at the first fight, you know goddamn well you can only gift him a couple of 10-8 rounds. Outside of that, he got dominated. Then in the second fight, he just applied pressure on the front foot and just beat his fucking ass. So It's nothing to be shocked about. I mean, shoot, it's a 270-pound man pressuring you on the front foot. What are you shocked about? Yeah, you got your ass beat. And Mark Breland exposed the fact that you never hit the bag. He said it himself right before the Dominic Brazil fight. He did that fucking interview with the Boxing Boys, because I did a video on it and I broke all of that shit down. How he said he ignored all of the things in boxing that he should have never paid attention to, which was skill. So he was going, quote unquote, I'm going back to basics. I'm going back to basics. Jumping rope, hitting the bag, shit you never did before.
Yep.
So look, man,
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I just want to say real fast, my brother, people that are following this man and people that are actually standing up and putting kickstands and stilts behind it in order for it to be a solid foundation. First of all, foundations don't lean. You know what I'm saying? Foundations stand. This nigga leaning on something which is called a boxing facade. You know what a boxing facade is, people? Boxing facade is when a nigga says he's the greatest and better than every fucking great that has come before him, and it comes to find out that when we look at the facts, when we look at the movement, when we look at the videotape, what happens? This man did not even show and improve at all. So now he turns down Charles Martin, the man who walks like a god amongst us, right? Turns him down by pricing himself out. What is he doing? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's trying to do exactly what Mr. Hands just finished saying. He's trying to make himself relevant by speaking irrelevancy. That shit never works.
It never works, man. And it's just like this, man. If you got, no matter how many No matter how many sensible individuals in the world, you got a whole bunch. You got that many more rational motherfuckers. So it's just like, yo, there's always going to be an audience for a conversation like this. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a percentage of motherfuckers like you and I that can just see all the way between, read all the way between the bullshit. But then you're gonna have a legion of followers that go behind every fucking word, and they downplaying a guy. They listening to a guy who says that he is jealous of where he's at in his career, but you talking about a 5-time Golden Gloves champion, you talking about a 1-time fucking Olympic gold champion, and you're talking about a 2-time welterweight champion. What are we talking about here? To a guy that has held a WBC belt once and fought fucking over 30 fucking butt fuck tomato cans on top of it.
Exactly. And my man want to talk about jealousy. Jealousy. No, I think you're the jealous one. I think that you felt threatened by Mark Breland being the legend in your corner. That's what the problem was. You know, there was a while back that Lennox Lewis had said about Wilder and JD's. He goes, if you're in college, you don't want a parochial school or basically a public school teacher or a high school teacher or junior high school teacher teaching you college courses. You got to take your college courses from a professor. Your professor in that school of hard knocks was Mark Breland. But instead, you thought that JD's a nigga who don't know what the fuck he doing, obviously. That's exactly what happened. You had an elementary school teacher in college trying to teach motherfucking college courses, bro. And that's a brilliant how do you say, a brilliant analogy. Analogy. Yeah, that was brought by Lennox Lewis, because it's true. It's true, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you talk to the experts and the people that are really 10 toes down with the sport and have absolutely nothing to gain by the things they say, because look, man, at the end of the day, look, boxing is very political, and there are a lot of people that toe a very fucking thin line, and it gets them fucked up when the relationship goes sour. And 9 times out of 10, a relationship is gonna go sour, and then you're gonna start using your mouth to start to be more vocal on what the truth really was in the beginning. No, you should have said it the whole time, because this is my thing. I would rather be solid and know that I'm speaking the truth instead of towing the line because I have a relationship with a certain guy. Because behind the scenes, if I'm telling you, bro, you are lacking in the area, you are lacking in all areas to where you should be truly proficient in the craft at this point in your career. If you are a belt holder, if you are a contender, whatever the case may be, you got to tell a dude that, because when you're not, you get a motherfucker like this. This is what a cesspool of fucking bigging up a big-headed motherfucker
do. Word up. Facts, bro. And let me tell that motherfucking straw in the face ass nigga something. You know, Mike Tyson, you will never be. Because Mike Tyson was humbled that James Buster Douglas fight. As a matter of fact, Mike Tyson was humbled since the beginning of putting them gloves on. He even told you the only time he spoke braggadocious is when he had to sell the fight with Lennox Lewis. The only time he spoke braggadocious was after the fight when he actually defeated motherfuckers, when he said, "Oh, I hit him," and all you can hear is like a girl. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit on the real. Now, Wilder, you cannot speak on the greats. You cannot speak on Mike Tyson. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to put everything that I have, bro, car, house, motherfucking, my family, nigga. If Mike Tyson was to have a good 6-month training camp, he beat the shit out of Wilder.
I knew that's what you was about to say. Because I would literally have to, agree with that, to agree with that rational statement right there, because honestly, like, it's like, bro, like, come on, man. Come on, dude. Like, when it comes to the point of where, like, you've blamed every single person around you. Now, look, man, this is for all the Deontay Wilder motherfucking punch drunk dummies, man. Like, this is for all of you motherfuckers that follow this guy, man. And shout out to Dolomite with the super chat. He says, don't hold back. Keep your foot on their necks. Man, he was like, the fans don't mind getting money by line, so get that money toe tagging their heroes. That's a fit act, homie. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. And what I was going to say was, man, when it comes to, y'all thought process, you Wilder dummies, man. You Wilder punch drunk dummies, man. When it come to you defending this weirdo, man, listen to what he's saying, man. This dude is accusing a 5-time Golden Gloves champion, 2-time welterweight champion, an Olympic gold medalist, but he's not throwing the guy under the bus who has never had a champion, who's never had a top 10 contender, who has never trained at an amateur gym, who has never had his own gym, who has never coached anybody outside of 2 guys that ain't even heard of on BoxRec. So they say. I have no proof of that. I couldn't find a picture. I couldn't find a face to the name or anything like that. I couldn't find any validity of anything that so-called JD's trained. This dude used to be basically equivalent to a fucking security guard, private investigator, just like Chris and all of those other individuals that surround this whole camp. He running around with a whole bunch of fucking flashlight cops and police officers, man. That's it, man.
Word up.
The donut brigade. So
the fucking 12th pack.
Facts, bro. Like, and you take the one guy who adds validity to your whole camp. You're saying this is the one who caused you the most harm, and then oh my God, now it's a UK conspiracy on top of that.
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me? If it would have been anybody who would have came out speaking like that, who would have did the interview, that it would have been a conspiracy on their behalf. God damn, I wish I could have got the goddamn interview. Oh, I would have loved to hear what he would have said about me, because god damn, it would have been hilarious. But see, at the end of the day, this is like, yo, you're disconnected from reality. If you're blaming everybody else, if you're blaming the one guy who's really that dude compared to a whole bunch of dudes who is really not. Donuts and coffee in the morning type niggas.
Word up. And you know what, bro? He want to call himself a king? Yeah, all right. You can be a king. You could be King Caligula. You know who that was, right?
Of course.
Yeah, that's who he is.
With the motherfucker.
He's King Caligula. He's the same motherfucker that at the end of his run, he got killed by his own inside people. Am I lying?
Not at all.
Did Wilder get killed by his inside people? JD's killed Wilder. It wasn't Mark Breland.
And it was a bunch of fruity shit along the way with maybe probably about one person that was trying to call it real that he just wasn't listening to. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, it fits perfectly with the Wilder scheme, man.
Yes, sir. And that's another thing. JD's a man who's there, who prepares this man, who at least tried to prepare this man. This man wants to come out of left field, right? And say what he's saying is a lie. No. You don't jump rope. You don't hit the speed bag. You don't hit the body bag. Nigga, you don't do anything. You fell in love with your power. This man, every trainer gives that proper assessment of their fighter. These trainers are the ones that keep you in shape, that are your eyes outside of the ring, that tell you what you do. And for you not to listen to a veteran, to a legend, and Mark Breland, and then to come and do this, what respect, Wilder? What respect, you roach antenna having ass nigga? What fucking respect do you expect to gain from the sport of boxing and the boxing fans that make up the half of the sport of boxing? Because boxing would be shit if we weren't watching. What respect do you think you're going to get from real fight fans? None whatsoever. Because what you have done is what do you think people don't like Floyd Mayweather? For disrespecting the greats. What do you think people don't like you? Because you're disrespecting the greats, you don't fight right, and you're putting down motherfuckers that have done more than you in this sport.
Man, it's like, yo, this dude isn't a part of this thing we call the science, man. He's not a part of this thing we call the sport, man. He's not a part of the sport. And that's what people need to understand. He is not a part of the sport. He has never acknowledged, you know what I'm saying, one great aspect that has to do with the sport. He has never acknowledged the foundation that the sport was built upon. He has never acknowledged one portion of the fundamentals. He hasn't even acknowledged the one trait that he has and even tried to polish that, which is his power. He hasn't, man, look. So, and then when you speak on other individuals and you talk about jealousy, my guy, that just shows like the dude's IQ. He's got the IQ of a fucking rock, man.
Bro, this motherfucker said Mike Tyson only fought 2 Hall of Famers. Wrong. He fought more than 2. As a matter of fact, it's going on 5 very soon. And the list will still grow. The list will still grow, my man. Oh, Mike Tyson only fought 2 fucking Hall of Famers. Really? Let's count them, shall we? Let's count them. Okay, you got Spinks. You got Holmes. You got I'm gonna go there because he's in there. Lennox Lewis. You've got Vander Holyfield. You've got. I mean, look, that's 4 already.
Be in there.
You know what I'm saying? You got 4. The shit is going to grow even more as years go by. And people in this era that call this a real big boxing era, bro, what you're watching is not even a third of boxing, dog. What you're watching is a lot of politics, a lot of conversation about money, and a lot of camera hugging.
This
That's
shit ain't
it.
boxing, and this is the shit that I keep trying to stress to all the people when I be talking.
Yo,
My bad, I'm smoking
yo,
weed.
no
But
doubt. Me too. Yo, look on the screen. Salute, my dude.
for
Salute,
sure,
general.
man. Happy
Salute, general.
420 to all, man.
No
Look, man,
doubt.
and look, and this is the thing, man. Like, this is the part that I always try to preach to motherfuckers. It's just like, yo, like you've constantly you've disrespected the sport on so many levels, and I try to tell people all the time, boxing has gotten to a point to where you don't know what skill looks like. You get so many fraudulent motherfuckers that we exist in this world of social media where people are just talking up, their abilities, and they thrown in there with motherfuckers who have no true ability, and they made it look a certain way. Look, man, you're dealing with a bunch of individuals in boxing right now who are made to look a certain way, and there's only a few of them that have really sharpened their skills that you can really put them in any situation, and you could think that motherfucker is going to thrive there.
Yep.
Deontay Wilder is taking advantage of what is a very lackluster position that this sport has never taken. We've gotten so far away from fucking skill that you've gotten people that like him that have been able to come and fucking inject a nasty vaccination in the sport of fucking boxing, put a virus all over this motherfucker, and now people are paying attention to this instead of paying attention to real motherfuckers in the sport. You know how many people like, yo, this dude he's got a bigger fan base than Miguel Burchell. It bothers me. Whether it's infamy, or whether it's whatever he got going on as a heavyweight or anything, but it just shows you. But I could point to several other people with a lot of technique and that are really explosive and exciting to watch, that have power, that should be backed and should be pushed. And we're talking about this shit.
Exactly. Peace to James Jameson, Nano. We talking that Shazbaz this morning, brother. I know my market, man, kid, no doubt. So, bro, you are 1,000% correct. What I want to just say is okay. So we've got a man here who we all can see, right? We had two heavyweights, right? You have AJ, and then you had him. We all know what happened here, especially when you made that move and you fired the Billa because the Billa had come to agreements and made you and was going to bring a big lucrative amount of money on the table. But because Al Heyman didn't know, what did they do? They got rid of it. That goes to show you that they really didn't want the fight. Eddie Hearn and Joshua did try to make the fight. There you have it, guys. Let's not fuck that up. And at the same time, under the same breath, it is okay to say that Deontay Wilder is a paper champion. Rock, they threw him in front of you, Rock. They were all setups, Rock. Exactly. Go take a look at his resume. It got harder. It got harder for him when it came to King Kong, when it came to Fury. After that, what do you call him? Lackluster.
Fam, I say it all the time. I say when you if you really want to sum Wilder's resume up, just go to a wedding and just look at the fucking car when it rides off and listen to the cans jingle. That's every fucking person on his resume, probably outside of one.
Chig-a-leg.
That's all you hear is clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's
Word up,
all the way. It's like shit. If you recycle and you be one of the motherfuckers that crush cans, yo, that's every one of motherfucking Wilder's opponents right
Word
there,
up,
man.
bro. That's why he was getting 5-cent deposit, fucking refund type fucking money. But yeah, he's calling Eddie Hearn a slave driver. Meanwhile, AJ living it up, getting 35 to 40 mil a fight. Really? Make it make sense, y'all.
Yo, man, I like this. I like this motherfucking comment right here, man. Wilder is a cherry pick going wrong.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I gotta stop saying that Tyson Fury was a cherry, man. Shout out to Dennis, man. I gotta stop saying that Tyson Fury was a cherry pick going wrong and start saying that maybe Deontay Wilder was, because I mean, look at all of the actions that follow. If this isn't the most poisonous domino effect that the boxing world has ever seen, I mean, really, this probably should, as far as shock value, this probably overrides about any fucking story that I could think in boxing, and all of its fucking corruption summed up in one. Because I mean, like, I can't believe the nerve of the stupidity. Like,
it's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Like, when we go sit back and you look at the whole playing field, son, it's like, bro, I'm not even gonna front. Even dudes like Danny Garcia, I gotta respect more than him. Even though he fought around Salka, and I know it's a different division.
It's different because he's fought guys, man.
Right, exactly, and
He
that's
has a skill set, regardless of whether it's the upper crust. He
mm,
has a skill set,
mm.
and it's not a bad one. So I will never take that away from him. So I definitely know where you're going there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And Terry, I will answer your question, my brother. Because Wilder don't want money nor belts. Why is he boxing? Because one, he loves the attention. Number two, he can't leave that Heyman slave contract.
Oh, ho, ho, we got to fall back. He said he doesn't want money nor belts.
Yeah, he don't want no money, no
No,
belts. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
another point in the conversation that I emphasized in that 17-minute video. He definitely wants the money because he kept saying, I'm outside smoking weed. I ain't got my notebook in front of me. But he kept saying something about he said, what the fuck did he say? He said, hey man, he said, I got he said one thing, I'm not broke or something like that. I'm not broke and I'm blessed. He kept saying some shit like that during the conversation the whole time. So his whole goal was to get money out of it in the easiest way he could. And then I think what comes to it, now that we there, on the flip side of things, if you really look at it, man, this man wanted the easy button to get money for real, for real. And then if you think about it, yo, that $120 million was truly enticing. And I know he's butthurt that he's not in that position because when he sees everything that is involved in it, from the taste of the money he's got right now, because he don't got bad money. But when you look at everything in a whole, all Deontay Wilder wanted to do was, if he could reverse time, he would go back to that time to where, hey, when I fought Tyson Fury the first time and I got gifted away with the draw, I would have stepped away and not did the rematch. And fuck, hey, I should have fucking fought Anthony Joshua and then really elevated that revenue stream because, man, he definitely want the money. Because look at the shit that he's doing right now. This is a recipe taking all of this fucking, trying to use they trying to push that whole UK, the mafia native with the MTK, all of that bullshit they reaching on. They trying to compile all of this in one as a way to help save face with this whole glove gate conspiracy, the water and all of that, to use it as a tool to rebuild this individual, to put him back in boxing without having a per se blemish of getting his ass whooped, not once, but twice. So that's what I believe it to truly be, man. This
Yo,
man is the easy button that boxing really doesn't need.
bro, I hold on. I gotta say, hold on for 1 second because that was nothing but facts I'm receiving. Hold on. Yeah, I got the facts, kid. Yeah, I just got the facts, bro. That was all
Reaper
facts.
Gang Radio, we dropping heat this morning.
That was
Shout
all
out to the
facts.
whole chat.
Word up.
Jedi in the building.
That was all facts, baby. All facts. AOL facts. All that. All that. They reached all channels, kid. I hope
Dial up
everybody
them facts,
understands.
bitches.
Word up. Dial up them facts, bitches. Word up. Word up.
For
Shit.
sure, man. And it's like, yo, man, it's gotten to the point to where it's like, yo, fuck corruption. Like, yo, boxing corruption, I could deal with that. Yo, throw me the Kinahan shit all day because it's nothing new to me. Coming from this side of the pond, as many bodies has been dropped from from Baltimore to motherfucking California.
Right.
This ain't nothing new to me.
Right.
You talking about 4 in that documentary? Shit. We can talk about 400 over here. Like,
it's
so
nuts,
but this shit that they grassrooting, these type of narratives they gonna paint, but because what y'all don't understand is they about to diminish all of the motherfucking victories that every other champion has in boxing. That's why Teofimo Lopez is going through the bullshit he going through right now, and niggas was talking crazy with the rematch shit. No, it might not be, you know what I'm saying, like cut from the same fucking cloth, but it's a trickle down effect, bruh.
Word. Huge fucking trickle down effect, man. And it's sad. It's sad because now you've got guys like him misleading a lot of motherfuckers as to this is boxing, and it's not. Motherfuckers think attrition is just catching a headbutt from poor footwork and improper punching. They think that getting your eye split is attrition. This is what this era really thinks what attrition in the ring means. They have they have no idea, son. They have no idea. Like, I'm 47, dog. I've been watching boxing for a minute. I fuck with people that are older than me. If you're younger than me, I fucks with you because you got knowledge and you're kicking nothing but boxing. These guys don't understand that guys my age and even older than me, even guys that are younger than me that have actually taken the time out to watch videotape, do their studying. You got to understand, we know more about boxing than most of the guys that are Wilder fans and the whole PBC fandom, simply because of this. We've seen glory. We've seen We've seen tragedy in that ring. We've seen mostly everything that a fighter has gone through. We can talk about complete fighters, and these motherfuckers would disagree. Sugar Ray Leonard, totally complete fighter. James Toney, totally complete fighter. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, who happens to be the best middleweight ever, totally complete fighter. Tommy Hearns, complete fighter.
Complete fighter.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could continue. The complete fighters are the ones that are talked about and will always have a legacy and be in legend. As to these guys today, they want to force themselves in there. These fanboys want to continue to say, you know what? These are my motherfucking champions. They're not champions. They're title holders, first of all. That's all they are. They're title holders. Champions defend 2-3 times a fucking year like the real champs used to do. These champions don't even do that. The last of them was, and I got to give it to him, even though I don't like him and I don't follow him, but that used to at least give us two title defenses a year, was Floyd Mayweather Jr. After that, what happened? What happened? What happened? You know what I mean?
And it was, hey, look, man. That's it, once again, and that's a strong point, man. The complete fighter right there, man. Because we live in a world right now where we have a lot of incomplete scenarios with a lot of fighters with a lot of question marks, where you have to consider, you want to consider them complete, but you can't even say that you couldn't say that in truth, because we don't know the complete totality of what this person can take, what he can go through. Because if you look at his opponents and you measure him up by his opposition, you can the excuses stack higher.
Right.
So when the excuses stack higher, then the stack up way higher than the opposition. When it becomes a question mark, when it comes to, look, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. If you talk about a fighter that you like today, you're talking about him in the sense of present day fantasy fights. Because you like to see him or whatever, but the person you like to see him against, you don't even get to see that shit. So all of this shit is just present day fantasy, because you engage in a situation where you don't know the completion of any fighter that you even like up to the top, up to the very top. We're waiting on results for the fighters that bring in the most money, the fighters that have the most appeal. So it just, once again, it all trickles down, and it goes back to Deontay Wilder, the sick ass domino effect, the ability to not say, hey man, like, yo, I fucked up. And that's the problem here. That's the problem, and it's as simple as that. And this is the thing. You don't have to be, 50 years old. You don't have to be 40 years old, 30 years old, or whatever, or even seasoned in your age to know that. Because I think the most sensible individuals are the one that always take the time to look back and look at things that happened before them. Because you got to understand that process to begin to perfect the new. So if you're not doing, you don't have to be 50 or 40 years old to do that, because you can take instances where you got guys like Mark who love to look at situations before them. And so you can see the bullshit and how it doesn't add up. And a lot of these things, man, are all situations that don't add up. But mainly with this motherfucking doo-doo face, skid mark motherfucker. Shout out to Skiddy! Hey, this dude is something that we don't need. And if anybody is going to do him any favors, it's to just completely eradicate him, take him off of every motherfucking mental USB drive, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you got, like, however you plugged in, get this nigga all the way up out your fucking memory, because the only thing that's going to continue to come from this is more situations. Because think about it like this, right? The next average individual that happens to knock him on his ass, to the next average individual that happens to be like a Johan Duapas that can put him on the back foot for several rounds, put motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, ice cream sandwiches all on top of this nigga eyes and shit like that, and have him beat up bloody, and he just doesn't manage to find a way. What's going to be his next excuse then? What, did that nigga had some motherfucker? What, did that nigga happen to put some bullshit on his fucking gloves? Like, what the fuck, man?
Word up, bro. Yo, Reaper Gang Radio has been brought to you by
And look, man.
Facts. That's right. When motherfuckers are missing out on facts, you come to fucking Reaper Gang Radio to get them.
Man, look, man, dial up on the bullshit.
Word.
Cause this dude, he fucking the game up for you, me, and everybody else involved in it. And there's no I swear to God, I think that yo Jedi, on some real shit.
Yeah.
Every fucking body that follows fucking Deontay Wilder, man, I'm pretty sure that be arguing half of the day that the earth is flat or some shit like that.
Yeah,
So,
bro. Like not even that, because that's an intelligent conversation.
you
You
know,
know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
but
That's an intelligent. They probably talk about the size of the building blocks they still fucking with, son. You know what I mean? Like these guys are crazy, bro. They probably argue over Deontay Wilder flashcards and shit. Like, you know what I mean? But intelligent conversations coming from that side, never. You know why? Because if they were any type of intelligent, bro, they would use their intelligence, right? And put themselves in an intelligent situation, find themselves out of the intelligent situation and say to themselves, that nigga Wilder's a fake ass fucking fighter, son.
yo, like it's like
And I should
there's
not
a
be taping for niggas like this. But, you know.
this nigga glove situation just remind me of it's like, yo, this nigga just run up on you and say, I just saw a pink elephant today. I'm how my fucking mind. I'm just like, yo, saw a pink elephant today. Yeah, I saw it, man. Like, how can you prove that? Did you take a picture? Nah. But you just gotta believe the fact that I saw a pink elephant and this nigga's just yelling at me all day about this shit. Well, you know goddamn well ain't no fucking pink elephants running around this motherfucker. It's just like that. Cause that's what the glove gate conspiracy is, bro. It's kind of just like, yo, like I saw a floppy glove. I've seen a lot of floppy gloves in my life, man. You can take the motion of any fucking camera. You can fucking take any fucking photo, and you could take one photo that should have had you looking like a completely different motherfucker. You just look like just a wild dude, like, and
Yeah.
then you can have another photo that make you look as you are. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of doctoring going on, but it's kind of performed by Kevorkian over there. You know, it's just a little different.
Word, man. It's kind of hard to understand some motherfuckers out here on how they would set their sights on somebody and set them high too. Like, yo, these dudes have broken relationships with motherfuckers that have been on here. Like, the dudes are actually keeping hard for this lying ass nigga. And that's one thing that I can't fathom. I can't understand. Why would you cape for somebody that's going to continue to tell you that he's your king? So this dude is trying to make you idolize him. He's a false idol. Second of all, you go and you show you have no knowledge and no respect of the sport by disrespecting the greats. I mean, I already knew off the back. Only certain people that really know boxing already knew this dude got no hands. And especially, I want to touch off a point that you said too, Mr. Two Hands. Beautiful point where you said that he kept on saying, "I ain't broke, I'm good, I got no money." Nigga, you
That's what he
broke,
said.
you
This what he
broke,
said. He
he
said he's
broke.
so happy he don't gotta die broke. That's
No,
what he continuously kept
he
saying. And I
he
quote,
he broke. Think about this. I brought these statistics out as soon as back then when he was calling AJ a bum and a slave and all that shit. Check this out. My man per fight was getting 2.8 to 5 million. His highest payday was when he fought Fury, which was what, 10 million, right? But then you're gonna call Eddie Hearn, right? A fucking slave trader, a slave master. Then you're gonna call AJ a slave, but yet the slave master, the so-called quote unquote slave masters earning his fighter 30 to 40 million a fight. Meanwhile, you're stuck in the bracket over there. Think about this now. How much do you think Wilder comes off after 2.9 mil or even 10 mil after the percentage of Al Heyman? After
what is
the,
it, 49? What is it, 49 or like what is it, like 49% or some shit like that?
you know what I'm
Something
saying?
crazy.
It depends. It depends. If Heyman is asking for 20, right? And think about this. He's getting 40 because nobody want to bust the Ali act on this nigga. If they were smart, they catch him because not only is he being a manager, he's being a promoter. So he's getting paid twice here. So even if it's 10%, that's 20% going to this man. If it's 20%, that's 40% going to this man. Then you got to pay your trainers. You think about it. You got to pay your camp. How much is left out of 2.9 or even 8 million or even
I
10
mean, the
million?
40 percentile is gonna crush you.
Exactly. So this is what I mean. Like he had no idea what he was speaking on. And then for him to latch on to LDBC, guys that don't even have their own personal lives, because they put them out here so we can say this. It's up for grabs. Their own personal lives straight. They think that they know the sport of boxing. So the same mess that they got in their lives, they put in here now in the boxing world where everything is propaganda. Question everything. Sometimes in boxing, you don't have to question anything because this is a sport where you can actually put your bottom dollar on this saying, bro. Actions speak louder than words. That is boxing.
It's an action business. It's an
You know,
action business. I mean, boxing, like, yo, talk gets you absolutely nowhere in boxing. But then again, I guess I'm wrong. It clearly can.
right?
Fuck. I
Right?
mean, shit, clearly, I guess talking can get you somewhere in boxing. I
Word,
mean,
right?
talking could bring us to this point right here.
Shit.
Cry, cry, baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's just wild to me, man. You know what I'm saying? But like James Jameson, salute, man. He says, what about Breland saying JDs can't even rap hands? He said
Look at that.
he's like the
Look at
only he's like he's the only one they send to check opponents' raps. Yeah, man. Look, this is the thing about JDs, right? I told like yo, think of JDs like this, y'all. JD's was that nigga they found in a fucking like middle school fucking gym with the fucking like blue sweatshorts that come above his knees and shit with fucking high white tube socks with fucking blue fucking ribbon around them shits with some fucking old ass motherfucking Reebok princesses on with a tight ass jumpsuit and a whistle around his neck that's probably fucking bright ass silver. Like
he said Bryce Silver with green streaks around the neck.
like with the big Ed and Eddie look on his face. And he was the
Yeah.
car side one.
My man Wilder was walking around with a green waistline, wearing that fake WBC strap all these years, dog. For real, man. That's crazy, son. I'm glad you said that. We was watching the fake green belt, dog. Where's the real green belt? Where's the real green belt, y'all?
JD's and Wilder got the type of relationship where Wilder's like I said, Wilder's living in his second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth childhood right now. So Wilder's literally, he's the type of nigga that when he's ready to fucking train and he's in a good mood about it, Wilder's that type of nigga that's sitting in the fucking chair, swinging his fucking feet back and forth, and JD's is rushing over to tie his fucking shoes before he jumps in the fucking ring. That's what type of relationship they got. Like these niggas, like he literally like sucks all the shit out this nigga ass, man, and you know, cut all the crust off of all his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, man. Like no bullshit.
Yeah, I was about to say, my man massages Deontay every morning, dog. For real. My man give him the whole total body massage every morning, dog.
Icy hot packs on his fucking ankles and Tiger Balm on his back and shit like that. Like
icy hots on the nuts too, son. Like he just rubbed him down, dog. For real.
It's a very weird relationship, you know. And in the same token, on the interview, Deontay Wilder said, you know, while he was speaking on Mark Breland being jealous of him, he said that, you know, that he didn't have a real relationship with Mark Breland, but in the same token, at the beginning of him, when you were saying you couldn't believe that he was coming out making the statements that he was making, you said that he played with your child, he'd been around your family. So I'm just like, which one is it? If you don't pay attention to this, what this dude is saying, you know what I mean? You're gonna be somewhere out like on like Space Odyssey 2021, like fuck out of here, man. This dude is special.
Oh man, that shit is funny. I had to go mute, son. I was choking just now. Yo, for real, man. Like that's the thing, man, that you know that really gets me. Like be humble, dog. You lost, man. If a nigga whoop your ass on Monday, you come back Wednesday. If you lose Wednesday, you come back Friday. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep coming back till you gain that victory. It don't matter. But at the same time, you have to come to grips and humble yourself, because if not, it's going to make you go crazy, just like Wilder is. What we're watching right now is a man not taking responsibilities for his actions. You know what I'm saying? And he knows this. So now
completely.
So he's panicking. Bro, my man, my brother, Reaper, my man is motherfucking, bro, everybody, two hands.
Don't panic.
He is falling apart in front of us. He is having
a panic attack.
Exactly. Throw the towel. Throw the towel. That's exactly.
Please don't hurt me. Simple jackass nigga, man.
He's falling apart. He's panicking. The only people that are actually licking those wounds for him are the people that are no good for him, the ones that are not really his boxing fans, which is the LDBC. Let me tell you something about a real boxing fan. As a matter of fact, I said this on my live. I said it on Brian's live. I'm going to say it on your live because it deserves the same. We are not really boxing fans of Wilder. We are not Wilder fans, but we have been much more responsible and better boxing fans to Wilder than you motherfucking so-called real boxing fans have been. You know why? Because we told him the truth all along. Bro, get your game up. Bro, you're not that good. Bro, stop it. Bro, you're looking stupid. Bro, stop speaking this way. Bro, stop the racism. Right? So you guys are not really fucking Wilder fans. You motherfuckers threw him in here. You drove him to be this way, massaging his ego like JD's does with Icy Hots to his nuts every morning. Y'all niggas did this to him. Understand?
I'm gonna keep it a bean, and this shit is gonna come off crazier than a motherfucker. Like this shit is gonna be so crazy, it's gonna be like shitting in your hand, wiping it on the walls, type crazy. Like I'm a bigger Wilder fan than the Wilder fans.
Exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying. You were the one.
I'm a bigger Wilder fan than y'all niggas.
Exactly, you were the
one.
one.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know more about this dude, his record, going back you to the fucking Malice at the Mall. If they want to, if they want to really go there, these dudes can't even tell you his last 3 or 4 opponents. I could go back an easy 10 for you. You know, so at the end of the day, when it comes to me talking about this guy and critiquing him, okay, yeah, have a problem with me shitting on the boy. But when it comes to the point to where I'm not shitting on him about his life, you enter the world that you enter my world now, just like I had to enter yours.
Right.
But we seeing it different. I see it like this. You came in here, you came in the motherfucking house, you came into a beautiful house. All the fixtures was on the wall. We had the motherfucking mink rugs on the fucking floor. You know, the flat screen TVs was crazy with the curves in them, OLED.
Word.
All this shit. We was living, marble everywhere. There was all the greats, all the pantheons on the wall, all of the belts. We was talking about the traditions. And you walked in this motherfucker and you just started smacking pictures off the wall. You just started disrespecting, wiping muddy feet on the floor after you just came back mud bogging from Alabama riding your fucked up ass Honda ATV.
Tell it.
You did all of the shit to fuck up the house. You took you looked at the heavyweights from the greats from the 90s, all the way back to the fucking golden era, going back to the 70s. You took all of that shit. You just took your hand, you just punched that shit. You wiped your motherfucking ass and shit all up on the pictures. You did it all wrong. So I'm supposed to sit here and talk in what way about you when you doing all of the egregious shit to us? So we supposed to kick it the way we kicking it, because once again, we seeing it different. So I'm supposed to sit here and call you the nigga to talk about you got all the skill in the world, but in your next fight, you talking about you going back to basics. Man, I've watched you, nigga. Bambi legs, nigga. Disney flicks. We've seen you. Legs all crossed up, nigga.
Wally Coyote in the leg.
Thumper. I've seen it happen. You was fucked up, twisted at the legs, chasing Thumper. You ain't have no balance. You came in here with one arm. You breezed through a fucking Olympic system where really at the time, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't really too much competition. I believe that the guy that you faced, you know what I'm saying, before you got the bronze medal, the person that you beat was like a Italian fucking police officer, some shit like that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm damn near close. But nothing wrong with that, but it just looked at like the degree of difficulty. It wasn't like niggas had to be bred up in boxing that time to be nice. You used complete aesthetics to, you know, get to where you were gotten and hand-pick fucking cans, dragging behind fucking wedding vans. So I'm just saying. Why? So at the same time, I'm a bigger fan than you, but I'm going to identify with speaking the truth. And glove gate and shit and all this shit got niggas all the way drunk, man. These motherfuckers is punch drunk.
Word. On some fucking big league chew in the mouth while you boxing ass niggas mistaking it for a motherfucking mouthpiece, you stupid niggas. Oh, you dumb motherfuckers out there, bro. Y'all don't make no sense, you know. And Wilder never made sense, bro. Put it this way. Every time Wilder fought his opponent selection, we were like, and you can't front, bro, everybody in the chat, bro. Give me an amen if you agree. Everybody was like, every fight selection, we were like, huh? But why? But why go that way? Hold on, wait a minute. Am I right or am I wrong? Give me an amen, because every time he picked a fighter, we're like, but why are you fighting this guy? Meanwhile, when we looked at AJ, fighting top 10 opponents, fighting the right way, fighting the correct way. This is why AJ has 3 belts and you have 1. This is why AJ is more known around the world than you are. You know what I'm saying? Niggas came to America. They knew who AJ was here.
Hey, man, hard work admire hard work, man. All work is easy work, man. Like my dog say, man, at the end of the day, you know, Floyd don't pay attention to a nigga, just any nigga, man. There's a
Right.
reason why Floyd Mayweather rock with Anthony Joshua. He see who the truth is in the heavyweight division. He see who generate the dollars. He see who really going at it a completely different way, kind of in the way he did it.
Yep.
Hard work and not and willing to fight all the, you know what I'm saying, the proper opponents early in his career, you know, and show a level of natural ability and picking up on, you know, basic technique along the way. And in every fight, you would see tremendous amounts of growth and potential, and you would just see the fans grow and the attendance grow, and just, you know what I'm saying, just the mystique around this kid grow. So it's just like I have all them admiration in the world for a guy like that. I
Yeah.
can't say nothing about him because out of a lot of fighters that's motherfucking fighting right now, ain't no ducking in this nigga. Like, this is the only nigga that has literally fought everybody that they put in front of him. He ain't ducked not one person. You can say whatever you want, but that's a fact. That ain't no lie. I'm not man, look.
I was gonna say, ain't no ducking.
I ain't telling motherfuckers what I heard. I'm not motherfucking throne worshiping or nothing like that. I'm not putting this kid on no pedestal he don't belong on. I'm just saying what I've seen. I'm just telling you what I witnessed, and I witnessed it in the record. You witness it in this amateur pedigree, whatever the fuck you want to look at. He's done it the right way. So when another nigga is looking at another nigga that's done it the right way, shit, like, hey, man, you got to understand that. And with Deontay Wilder, is just, he all the way butt hurt because, like I said, man, once again, he should have bowed out after he did the first fight and fought Anthony Joshua. He couldn't get it now. And now he's looking at Tyson Fury and he's looking at Anthony Joshua. And these boys is all the way about to cash in. These niggas is probably not even talking. They not talking about the money right now. This is what people got to understand, why everybody talking about everything else that got to do with Deontay Wilder and shit like that. Don't get it fucked up. It's a lot of money there. But these niggas not talking about the money. They worried about the fight because they know it's big money there. And if all he was talking about was he ain't got to go to his great grave being broke, my dude, you definitely wouldn't have had to go to your grave being broke, your daughter going to her grave being broke, and her daughter going to her grave being broke. Because if you would have made that fucking fight, but you didn't because you pussy.
Yeah.
And that's what it just boiled down to. Yeah. Niggas don't gotta talk about, niggas that want to fight not talking about fighting you, they fighting you.
That's right. That's right. And the slave was him. The slave was him, and he continues to be one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can take y'all skin political motherfuckers out there can misconstrue what I just said. Ain't nothing racial about what I said. That was the one black man who called the next black man a slave, right? So now when he's looking now on the outside in, he the slave now. He the one that's earning less money. He's the one that's not even earning anything. He don't even have a fight on the table. He just finished pricing himself out to Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness, Charles Martin, out of all people. Can we speak on that for a minute?
The crazy thing about Charles Martin facing Deontay Wilder is I feel like if this guy really goes out there with some fucking sense of dignity and wanting to actually fucking work out for once in his fucking overweight fucking spare tire hanging out the fucking trunk ass nigga, man. If he actually goes out there and fucking wants to fucking train, get somewhere, pop his diluted bubble and actually pressures this kid, he can beat his ass. Because to be perfectly honest, fucking shit, Charles Martin offers more fucking technique-wise than Deontay Wilder does. He's just a fucking moron, man.
Bro,
what greater opponent?
I got a feeling that Martin would probably give Deontay Wilder problems because he ain't no Stavern. He sure ain't no Stavern.
He not.
He hit back.
Yeah, he gonna hit you back, and that's what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of these. I thought I saw somebody put a comment down about F.A. Jogbook. They've been coming in, but when I saw that shit, it immediately made me think of, you know, this is the reversal of the science experiment that they were trying to perfect and continue to create. Yes. Because if you look at what Deontay Wilder was, look at F.A. Ajagba. Nobody pisses me off. There are two individuals that truly piss me off when I watch them box. Yeah. One of them is Deontay Wilder. The second one is truly F.A. Ajagba. I've never seen an individual like Joe Joyce. He might be slow, but the boy can box. He's very fucking technical. He has his basics down better than a lot of motherfuckers doing boxing. A huge percentage of them. You know, when you look at fucking F.A. or fucking Jogba, this kid is just all types of fucking trash. I mean, hot fucking trash sprinkled out on the fucking road on 103 day of fucking dry heat somewhere in the middle of fucking Las Vegas on the strip. Straight trash.
Crazy. Word.
Dumpster juice dripping like. And the PBC tried to do what they was doing about it with him. He gets dropped by some fucking flat tire from fucking, like, I believe, like Poland, Russia, somewhere, might even have been from America or something like that. He puts him on the ground. Hoes start to get exposed. The way people were talking about on their channels about FA or fucking Jogba was fucking making me want to throw up in my fucking mouth. It was just sad, man. And then what did the PBC do? They got rid of this fucking clown. Or he backed out. I was one of the two. They either got rid of him or he fucking left and went to Top Rank, one of the two, contract. I can't fucking remember.
Yeah,
but
he left.
Fucking,
he left because
he left. That's right. He did leave. But you see, they ain't waste no time wanting to fucking keep him around. Motherfucking then he goes over to Top Rank. He has a fucking fight over there. This motherfucker looks like Cook. Oh my God, man. There's like, no home for a nigga like this, man. Science experiments gone wrong.
He look like diaper juice.
Man, bruh. Soft baby shit. Soft extra warm baby shit from, you know what I'm saying, a flu baby or something.
Yeah.
If there ever was a flu baby, no disrespect to the babies. But his game was all fucking flu baby fucking diuretics, man.
Yeah, motherfucker gonna ask for 30 million to fight fucking Charles Martin, bro. The fuck? He broke. Look at this. He broke. He asking for 30 mil of a nigga that ain't even gonna generate half that, not even a quarter of that, not even a third of that, dog. To make a 30 million fight for you would need something bigger.
Let's talk about how stupid this individual is, Jedi. Let's be serious here. He knows that he's ass. Yeah. We know that. He's admitted that.
Right.
Shout out to the Boxing Voice for fucking doing the wrong type of fucking journalism.
Word up.
He knows that. But the thing about it is, this nigga's so stupid. When it comes to the fucking real money, you so much of ass, you not willing to take the right type of ass whooping because you felt like the ass whooping that you was going to get for Fury for the millions you was never seen in your life before was, you know what I'm saying, a safer bet. But that nigga almost killed you. You should have fought Joshua. He's so stupid, he don't even take fucking 9 figures.
Crazy.
He settles for 8 and 8 on the lower tier.
That's fucking nuts, bro. I mean, he fucking him. He don't know what he doing. He a dumb dude, son. He a dumb look off the top. He's a walking contradiction, my brother. And we all know this. Look, how many times is this guy, like I said before, called AJ and her slave, master, slave, and then after that goes to show that you're really the slave. How many times has this man has spoken out of content where it made no sense? Like when he came back, showing his face after he got whooped the fuck up, talk about that, and then he got no control over his fucking PR, his fucking PR press, because they talk about his autopsy showed that he had a dent in his head. I mean, the autopsy, my man, you a walking cadaver now? Like, what is this? The Walking Dead in boxing? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like these niggas are out here talking the most shit without having any type of fucking foundation, bro. And this is what's funny about this. So now he goes and he takes the S on the chest and the cape that they offer him in the LDBC. This is why I said we are real boxing fans. We have been telling Deontay Wilder the truth since his fuckery. These guys have, man, they've just been telling this dude. You know, this is the situation in the street where you see a dude and his homeboy's telling him to go fight, and we're the stranger. We go up to the dude and we tell him, bro, you don't really have to fight if you don't want to, bro. But his homeboy's like, nah, fuck that. He gotta fight because his homeboy want to see a fight. But then we already know by looking, bro, this dude is bigger than you. He's more skilled than you. You don't have to do this, bro. Just walk away. Come on, let's walk away, right? And his friend get in your face, which is the LDBC. They get in our face. Like, nah. Meanwhile, Wilder's is right there, right? And take it and just saying shit and saying everything that his best friend is saying because Wilder's not really about that life. Think about this. Wilder's not about the political aspect of boxing. So when he involves himself in it, he sounds stupid. What he's doing is not political. This is all a fucking act. He's trying to keep himself relevant by playing victim. What's fucked up here is maybe if you was 5'11", 5'8", you could play the role of a victim. You a big, jolly green, giant ass nigga playing a bitch.
You too big.
bitch. You too big.
You too big to be acting like motherfucking soft ice cream, bro.
Word up. Like, come on, son. You don't fit that role. That's like a size 15 trying to get into a size 8, dog.
A 6-7 piece of cheesecake.
Come on, dog. Word up. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? What's going on with you? First, you talking poison, nigga. You talking, and then these motherfuckers on the other side, y'all ain't boxing fans. That niggas, your pom poms are rusty, niggas. Y'all niggas got rusty pom poms. That niggas
are, my ribs hurt.
Wilder's the man. Wilder's the king.
Oh,
king, nigga. A king. A king.
Oh, no, he a Kang. He a Kang.
Listen,
shout out to the Kangs.
Kings don't twerk. Kings do not twerk. That's a queen.
Kangs twerk.
Kangs, yeah, between the king and the queen. Reason why he a Kang in the Kang is because he got the Ki before the Ang is because he's a man because of his gender. So we got to give him something manly there. But him holding up that pavement as a man, bro, come on, bro, you too big for that shit.
But on some real G shit though, I really got, after all of that shit that was just said right there, I really got to take my time to shout out to all of the white hatters out there. I'm talking about to the channels that keep it thorough. You know what I mean? They have some level of a fucking vertebrae. You know what I'm saying? Something that conduct themselves with a backbone. You know, because we really have a division over here. We have a whole division that wants to tell you that it's a conspiracy. They want to tell you. They want to tell you kill Whitey. They want to tell you. They want to tell you it's the black man's fault. No, I mean it's the black man that did it to the white man that did it to the black man.
Word. Oh,
these are all
his finger scratched my ear. How? You got tape and gloves on, you stupid fucking imbecile. How?
Because mind you.
Unless this nigga got Kitty Pryde from the X-Men, unless he got those powers where he can actually stick a finger and phase through the fucking glove and scratch your eardrum, nigga.
Let's follow it. Let's follow the 80% earwax, 20% blood trail that Deontay Wilder left.
Whoa!
Since the beginning of all of this shit.
My man said,
when they said he fucking blew his eardrum and all of that shit, knocked off his equilibrium, he was perfectly fine and willing to go with that,
bro.
Bro,
if this was
when they said he had a dent in his head, when somebody clearly took a fucking just a zoomed in picture of the side of his fucking facial structure, and they decided to put it on the internet and say that his fucking whole skull, the side of the skull was fucking dented in. He clearly decided to fucking run with that.
Exactly. And you know what's funny? That these motherfuckers are so stupid. He's calling it a dent. His brother's saying that the autopsy report says it's a dent. And this nigga didn't even know what the fuck an autopsy meant. That means you just say your brother's dead. So it's like when you look at this shit that they saying, bro, I don't even think they take the time out to stop and think before they talk. Because if you had gotten any type of damage, bro, and if you would have done your research on your injury, that was called a hematoma. That shit you had near your ear, right there near your temple, that's a hematoma, bro. That is a hematoma, what happened to him. And everybody, Hasim Rockman had a hematoma. Many others have hematomas where, you know, the blood swells.
I'm talking about big bitches. I'm talking about the shit so fucking big. You look like a whole alien out there, Joe.
Yeah, and that's a hematoma. My man didn't know what the fuck a hematoma was to come out and say, oh shit, the rest of these fight fans out here, oh no, that was a dent. He had egg weights in his hand. Man, bro, if this was a police report, if this was a fucking coroner's report, bro, this shit would sound like Tyson Fury killed him, bro. Think about this. This would be the biggest conspiracy fucking game of Clue in the world of boxing, bro. Who did it? So now it's all about, not only was there poison involved, not only was there a costume weight problem, not only was there egg weights in the boxing gloves, not only did he move his glove in the palm area to punch him, which is everything has been debunked. Not only did he say that Andre Durrell, look, I'm already up to 5 excuses. Not only did he say Andre Durrell told JDs to throw the towel on some conspiracy theory spy versus spy shit. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. This shit, take a look at it, guys. This is laughable. It sounds like this nigga conspired to kill fucking Deontay Wilder. It's ridiculous. This is what they're trying to say. They're trying to say that Tyson Fury and fucking Mark Breland had a beer, some pub, and they conspired to kill Deontay Wilder. This is what they mean. This is what they're talking about.
Yeah, like the crazy part is, here's another part that we can pick from this whole 78 sports conversation that he had. 17 minutes of fucking just of about an hour's worth of shit that you could just pick apart. Like
you talking about?
We're going into about an hour and a half's worth of shit now. So
you talking about 77 plus 1?
Yeah, man. 778 pound sports. That guy. Yeah, man. If you look at all of the shit that he was doing, man, and you just pick apart it all, Deontay Wilder is just, he's comfortable with not owning his every part, every aspect of getting his ass whooped, man.
Word.
Every aspect of it. Like, look, the first one he never owned it. So then you go into OD on the second one, and when it comes to the point to where you put it on Mark Breland and you pick all of that shit apart to where now that it's like you say how can you save JD's? How is it that you're speaking? He tried to speak like he was speaking in third person for JD's.
Yeah, bro. Look,
I'm lost.
76 plus 2 doesn't know his head from his ass anymore. I mean, before, when he first started, he was unbiased and everything. You know what I'm saying? He was on phone, and then all of a sudden, he just became this Wilder ritual fucking how do you call them motherfuckers? A ritual booker. Like every time they had a sit down and a powwow, oh praise mighty Kang, right? And you had the rest of these guys, oh praise mighty Kang. So then when we see the clear picture now, it's a cult, and this nigga is the leader. So for him to keep up his how do you call this, monetization, he's gonna pull this. This is all about him trying to make the money for himself, and he's using the rest of these fucking suckers. Right? He's using
to sell a narrative.
Exactly.
Drop it in a pool of people who are small enough to, you know what I'm saying, build a big enough lie, all in conjunction with one another. And right. Then you know what I'm saying, you're able to fucking create a narrative that's gonna fucking overshadow, you know, the glory and succession of what's about to take place. You know, which basically, to boil it all up, and I think I wrote that at the top of, you know what I'm saying, my notes and circle that shit, a coup.
Yeah,
this is nothing more than a coup.
Yeah,
he's trying to generate this whole persona that, you know, it's this whole UK. There's this UK fucking takeover that, you know, that everybody conspired against him, and Mark Breland was a part of it. He's basically saying that that's the reason why he went over there, and they got with he spoke with Tunde, and he spoke with who was that? Spencer, I think it was.
Yeah, Spencer Ferron.
Yeah, Spencer Ferron. Yeah. So he spoke with them two, and he's trying to make it seem as if all of these things tie in to with Top Rank, and I don't know how they, because it's just wild to me that how he's trying to make all of this shit footprint itself. But that's the reason. That's more the reason why that the water was spiked. That's the reason why, you know, you can't believe the shit that Mark is saying. I'm just like, yo, you do realize that both fights took place in America, right?
Bro, 75 plus 3 has to understand that, you know, England, and much respect to the England fight fans out there, the Ireland fight fans, Australia, all my European motherfuckers out there, my brothers and sisters out there who watch the sport of boxing, I got to give it to y'all. What if they did take over? What if there was a takeover? Whose responsibility was it for this not to happen? Just saying. So don't you think it's well deserved for a motherfucker? It's like if you got a guard, this motherfucker falls asleep. When he wakes up, what happens? Because of him falling asleep and not tending to his job, right? Everything's stolen. And what happens now? They press charges on him. They fire him. He lost his job. Now he got to go to jail. All this shit, right? So this is exactly what happened with the American boxing scene. Y'all motherfuckers, and I'm an American boxing fan, bro. You motherfuckers got lazy. Y'all was looking at the glitz and glamour instead of looking at legacy building like it's supposed to be. And you know what I'm saying? The UK boxing fans, the UK boxers, no doubt. Go ahead, brother. And the UK boxing fans have bought it, stepped up. The UK boxers, peace to Eddie Hearn for doing what he can do to you know what I'm saying? Because remember, when boxing was in the life support system about 4 years ago, Eddie Hearn kept it real with
UK saved it, man.
Exactly. So peace to y'all, son.
UK saved it. UK bridged the gap to where it presented, and thanks to social media, you know what I'm saying? All of the things that, MTK, IFL, shit, Sky Sports, shit, even the BBC, all of them in conjunction with one another, all of the things that they were doing, all of the big fights they were putting on, the money that they would, they were bringing in, putting into it, and all of the, the co-promotions and shit that was going on in conjunction with Top Rank, all of that shit breathed a lot into the fucking sport. A lot of fucking stars were born on these guys' behalf. And, it was a lot of major deals that were done with American major markets, some that left ESPN, like, John Skipper, that was at the head of the zone at one point in time. So there's a lot of things that, you could be thankful there for, but you're trying to find, some little, this little fake ass phony niche to try to, pin this shit on the one guy. And here's the nail in the fucking coffin for this dumb motherfucker and all the dumb people that believe this motherfucker. Yo, he's talking about corruption. He's talking about mob corruption. He's talking about being poisoned. He's talking about glove tampering. He's talking about all of these things happening on American soil. He's talking about this big ass coup. Now, if all of these things have to tie in, this has to be you have to have a lot of money and a lot of energy dumped into this shit if you want to do something like this to a guy that doesn't even fill out fucking 7,000 fucking seats. A guy who didn't have 2 fucking fans at his own goddamn fight outside of his fucking wife. And the weird nigga that like carrying around his belt all the time. Think about it. If he was poisoned and you only out in fucking Mark Breland, how you think that only one person is going to be involved in all of these mishappenings that's supposed to go on between 2 fights, and it's only one individual involved, and you talking about you a guy that's supposed to be a king, that's supposed to be leading. So what's that? So what the fuck does that say about your Senate and your House and those that represent you? What does that say about the team that's around you? Clearly you missing something here. Own up to it. Yep, because if you can't see that the shit that this dude is talking about is so fucking far above his fucking pay grade, and the thing that people are trying to interject into it are so fucking far above they fucking pay grade, they wouldn't make it off the first floor past the fucking secretary when it came to shit like that. If you don't get that shit, you don't understand how dumb this motherfucker really sound right now. Because it's foolish to believe that you would think that people are going to pour hundreds of $millions into fucking greasing hands from fucking American commissions all the way over to fucking UK fucking boxing fucking management, promotion, fucking news out fucking like, yo, you got to be fucking shitting.
Yep. Everybody got it? Y'all got that? Y'all got the facts? Because that's exactly what just happened, son. Everything that has been said on this live here, these are just straight up words that just kill niggas' kids. You know what I mean? And niggas got to understand, bro. Me, Mr. Two Hands, and a bunch of us elite motherfuckers, we're not playing anymore. You know what I'm saying? We never worked.
That's a fact, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about y'all for real at the end of the day. And I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to say this before I lose it. It's about y'all at the end of the motherfucking day, bro, because I'm telling you, if motherfuckers are Americans and that's what it's about for you, if it's really about a fucking American heavyweight, and if you really want to make it something that's fucking minuscule and something as petty as a fucking tribal thing, when you really don't, when you really, that is completely fucking unnecessary, but that is something that really drives you and motivates you, I suggest you be fucking involved with Jared Anderson, because you do have an American heavyweight that's on the come up that I do believe is going to be a world champion one day. So if you're going to look in a direction and support somebody, support Jared Anderson. Put your time, put your energy in the fucking Big Baby Anderson, because there's somebody that you could really be proud of. Somebody that's going to move the right way. Somebody who's going to really make you happy to call you a fucking champion. Somebody who got it out the mud that ain't making excuses for him fucking self. Somebody who actually has the ability that you need to fucking make money and succeed in this sport. Ability.
Straight up.
Not somebody who conducting themselves twerking in front of media every chance he get. He only do fucking media with fucking small fucking weird insecure fat niggas on the internet because all them niggas is dusty ass fat niggas and weird niggas that take too many motherfucking steroids and shit like that with crusty shit that they can't remove on the side of their fucking lips. There's do-rags is fit too fucking tight that's just cutting off the circulation to his fucking brain.
Niggas ain't even using do-rags no more, bro. They're using it fucking girl pantyhose.
Oh, one of them is. One of them is.
Oh, yeah?
And that bitch cut on way too fucking tight.
Damn.
Fucking, the nigga looked like he bleached the corner of his fucking lips. Them bitches just saturated with forever crust on them joints.
Oh,
like that's like he sponsors fucking crust on the side of his fucking lips, dog. Like that shit is sponsored.
Let me find
He gets a couple dollars in monetization from the crust on the side of his lips, the way he lets that shit reside there. That bitch got his own fucking permanent address.
Word up, bro. Let me find out, bro. Let me find out, man. That nigga is fucking wearing fucking tracks in his head, son. Word, man. That's some crazy feminist shit, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Before I get out of here, man, I just want to tell you, Two Hands, man, keep doing your thing. Keep Gatling gunning these motherfuckers out
man,
here.
I appreciate you, brother. You too, man.
Always, baby. Everybody, man, keep supporting my motherfucker right here, man. You know what I'm saying? The truth is within the truth itself, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for having me, my brother. God bless you and yours.
Hey, anytime, bro. Anytime.
You know yo, whenever you need the strizzy on here, I got you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Sure. You know how it is, baby. One love, my brother. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, bro.
No doubt. Yo, everybody, man, go check out Mr. Two Hands, man, for real. Peace, y'all.
Look, man, at the end of the day, man, Wilder, like, that's a fact, man. Wilder's a bitch. He a bitch. I wish I could drag that shit out in my motherfucking West Coast voice, man. Like, that nigga's a straight up bitch. Like, in every sense of the word. And the niggas just gonna continue to motherfucking fuck with that dude and represent, you know what I'm saying, that type of movement is gonna continue to fuck up the sport. Like, people don't realize this type of behavior is softening up the sport. It's a lot of beta male niggas in this joint, a lot of Kotex rocking ass dudes. A lot of skirts and they softening up the sport, man. I'm gonna tell it like it is, man. At all times, man. At all times. And this is why I don't want to spend my time talking about the dude. As hard as it is, but I feel like, you know, some shit has to be said, because if you don't say it necessarily, you know, it's going to leave out a false representation of what the truth really is, man. And we can't have that shit no more, man. Wilder is really like, he's a 1999 kind of VHS tape after 12 midnight kind of fighter. You feel what I'm saying? He's not worth anything, and they projected so much motherfucking money into him that the people are surrounding them ain't telling them like, yo, you shouldn't be saying this shit. Continue. They're allowing him to keep saying it. So that just lets you know how sick the machine is behind him. Because if I was a fighter, or if I was anybody that was, you know, responsible, you know, thinking about taking my career to the next level, I would look at the moves of the motherfucking entire outfit. Because you got niggas around you that's not gonna let you say certain things and do certain things, but they letting him do all of this. So that kind of makes me scratch my head to believe, like, yo, what the fuck is really going on with the PBC, man? Outside of the fights, yo, this is some bullshit. Because yo, I don't believe that if you were signed to fucking the Zone, the Top Rank, or some wild shit like this, and Bob say a lot of shit, bro, he would even, you know, want to conduct business with you as a fighter. You know, I got to look at all the numbers here, man. The numbers don't add up. The numbers don't add up. You know, if you look at his viewership, it doesn't measure. If you look at what he sold over the entirety of his career, for all of the fucking annex and everything that have came with Deontay Wilder, and for all of the money that's been poured into him, that shit don't add up at fucking all. At all. So then it makes me ask myself too, like, what's this dude really here for? Like, what do they have him here for? What is their purpose for him other than to continue to fuck shit up? So maybe he can help out the other dudes that been pussyfooting like him too. I don't know, man, but that's more shit we gonna have to you know, figure out here in the motherfucking future. But that's all I got for y'all, man. As we always say at the end of the shit, man, it costs you nothing. Pay a nigga no mind, man. This is Reaper Gang Radio, Volume 9. Cry baby. Cry baby. Y'all already know what it is.